Cover VFM, the Heart and Soul of San Antonio. Dr. Doug here. And as I told you, our Saturday conversation is about ready to hear. Today we have our monthly guest, the Mayor of San Antonio, Ron Nirenberg. How are you, Ron?
I'm doing great, Doug. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for taking time out of your very busy schedule and everything. Looks like a lot of good things have happened since the last time we talked. Can you tell us give us like a COVID update?
Sure, yeah. Well, there's, the fall wind is blowing, and so that means that a lot of things are going on in our city, and college football is back.
College football.
Just passed our FY22 budget, but what that means for us here is that we can start to enjoy a few more things a little bit more relaxed, just because I think the community has done such a great job in trying to bring COVID under control. Obviously, we cannot let our eyes off the ball right now, but our infection rates have come way down, and so this is the time we're talking to folks about, if they haven't gotten vaccinated yet, they need to go do it now, because we can issue a knockout blow to COVID-19 in our community. We've brought our positivity rate down to under 5% for the last 3 weeks. The numbers in the hospitals are starting to decline, but there's still, again, most folks that are signing up, most folks that are ending up at the hospital, again, are unvaccinated. So we're continuing to call out, getting folks to learn about the vaccine and sign up and go get vaccinated.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, what about the one for the school age children, 5 to 11?
Well, we know that Pfizer has now applied for FDA authorization for vaccination for 5 to 11-year-olds. If that is approved by the FDA, and that could happen any time now, of course, that would be a real game changer, in my opinion, based on the fact that we still have a number of school children. Everyone under 12 years old is still ineligible for the vaccine.
Right.
So once that vaccination is available for children under 12, it gives parents a little bit more peace of mind that their children in school are going to be protected from the virus. So we've got to make sure that we get that done as soon as we can. And when that happens, I think it's going to be a real boon for the community.
Well, once again, you guys have done an outstanding job, and I looked at the positivity rate, and I was just looking at the dashboard this morning. I thought, wow, we are really doing well. So kudos to you and the staff and the county and everyone. It's been like a family, familial kind of a thing. Everybody's had to do their part, but you guys, we couldn't have done it without your leadership. So thank you.
Well, thank you, Doug. It's really a community-wide effort, and continuing to be people talking to their neighbors, their friends, their family members who might not have the right information, might have seen some of the misinformation on social media and other places, getting the right information from medical professionals about the safety and the effectiveness of this vaccine, and continue to do our part to protect one another. And of course, as holidays roll around, that's critically important, so we can enjoy the holidays together.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, this is a little bit of a change thing. So, there's been all kinds of good stuff happening around the city and the county and everything. So, can you tell us a little bit about, as you have now, the city has hired I don't know if I have his title correct, but a housing czar, so to speak?
Yeah, so Mark Carmona now is our new chief housing officer for the city of San Antonio, and he's going to be working with all of the different housing providers in our community, from the Public Housing Authority to our Neighborhood and Housing Services Department, SARA, the homeless providers, and really working to coordinate all of the different organizations and missions to do one thing, and that is to ensure that everyone in our community has the opportunity to find affordable, safe housing, no matter their income level. There should be affordable, safe housing for everyone in our community so that they can live in dignity and that everyone has a place to call home. That requires a comprehensive effort from, again, public housing authorities to private builders to, landlords and apartment associations that offer rental facilities. But we all got to work together to keep our housing market healthy and affordable, and that's the work that Mark is going to be overseeing. And this is directly out of the result of the housing framework that was adopted by council a few years ago that called for one coordinator to work with all these different organizations. So I credit the community that came together to provide and to create that framework that led to this decision to bring Mark on.
So now, I was excited, when I saw that. So, I mean, when I mean, what type of authority will he have, or will it be in just an advisory capacity?
Well, so Mark is the chief housing officer, so he reports to our city manager, and that means he's going to be overseeing the implementation of the policies that we develop. And of course, we have a number of different initiatives and policies at the city to help facilitate a housing market that's safe and affordable for everyone. And so Mark is going to be overseeing the implementation, making sure that what we're doing out there, whether it's again working with the housing authority or adopting codes that relate to the safety of new housing. Mark is going to be overseeing that work to make sure that it achieves the outcomes that we want as a community. And that, again, primarily is to ensure everyone, no matter income level or area of town, is able to find safe, affordable housing and is able to call a place home and live with dignity in our community.
I applaud you guys for doing it. I mean, I was just amazed when I saw it. I don't know many cities that have that position, but for sure, I mean, more could use it. Now, um, the eviction moratorium has been lifted, and so there've been a lot more. We've seen apartment associations and complexes and things. They've been really getting busy, kind of getting rid of the people who haven't been able to keep up with things through no fault of their own. So will he have any kind of help for those kind of folks?
Well, San Antonio has been lauded not just in the state but across the country for having one of the most effective emergency housing assistance programs in the nation.
Right.
So I want to make sure everybody understands if you are behind on rent because of this pandemic and you're having trouble paying those bills, there is assistance available for you. Call 311 and you can talk to one of our housing navigators to get coordinated and to get connected to the assistance available. The city council, through our recovery and resiliency program, has allocated over $190 million
Wow.
since the pandemic began to emergency housing assistance. And so there is no eviction moratorium that effectively stops more evictions from happening altogether. But we have assistance available, and we have folks even in the courtrooms to make sure that before someone is actually forced out of their home, that they have an opportunity to get connected with the assistance and stay, so that they don't lose the rope over the head. That would be that's an outcome we want to avoid. So we do have assistance available. Mark is going to be overseeing the implementation of that program as well, but that program has been in place now for over a year, and we want to make sure that people continue to get connected to it. There's still funds available, and we will add to those funds as the need continues. And so we have funds available so far that will last through the end of the year, and if there is still need available, there's still need that presents itself after that, we'll continue to add funds to it. So if you need help, call 311.
You are awesome. That is awesome. Thank you for that. All right, let's have a little fun. So let's see here. You brought up football season. Tell me how do you think UTSA looks?
I think they look unbelievable. I mean, the work that the team has done this year on the field and off the field has been remarkable. I mean, it's hard not to be proud of this team that's barely 10 years old.
Right.
Now being consistently voted among the top 25 in the country. They're 5-0. They're on the road in Kentucky this week. But it's exciting, and you see people, with the birds up all around town.
All around town, right?
Grads or not, and it's a point of pride. I mean, this is the kind of thing that we get excited about. We do parades when the Spurs win championships. We can do the same for our college teams too. And oh, by the way, let me make sure that everybody knows the University of Incarnate Word has a heck of a football team too. They're 4-1.
Right. They're 4-1.
Playing today, and we're also. I'm glad to see Trinity University is also undefeated this year, and pretty soon will be in the top 25 themselves. So we've got 3 championship caliber football teams in college here in San Antonio, and it's time to see some college football fans showing their colors in San Antonio. I think it's just a great thing, especially after we've been cooped up and dealing with this pandemic.
Absolutely.
Together and be football fans.
Now I'll tell you, if you haven't been to a Trinity game, you should go to one. It is an unbelievable experience. I've gone to one of their games. They are outstanding. They play really good football as well.
And they're hosting the Center College from Kentucky as we speak, and Trinity M. Stevens Stadium right now. So great football all around San Antonio.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so now the next one is still sports related. What can you give us a little insight on the Spurs' new facility and what that might mean for the Spurs?
Yes, I'm really excited about this, Doug, because this is not just a new facility that will host the training facilities for the Spurs. This is also a human performance campus that's going to be doing some of the state-of-the-art research into how we get soldiers and athletes back into action quicker. It's the medical technology that is making us healthier as a society, but also is making us the most effective defense in the country or in the world.
In the world, yeah.
And that kind of research is already taking place in some respects in different parts of our medical institutions in San Antonio and also at BAMC, our national defense. But to bring those entities together in a human performance campus is going to make San Antonio have a unique spot in the world in some of this groundbreaking research. In addition to that, they're going to be hiring San Antonians, so this is a job creator. And if that wasn't enough, Doug, this is going to be a wonderful campus that is beneficial to the environment based on the fact that this is in an area that we need to protect water and protect green space and
Absolutely.
canopy. So it's also going to have a very sizable public park and venue that will be able to enjoy concerts, and families will be able to go out and hang out and enjoy themselves. So it's a great new development. Also shows the Spurs' continued long-term commitment in San Antonio, and so it's a win-win-win for the entire community.
Yeah, because a lot of people were thinking when Michael Dell got appointed to the board that, here we go, the Spurs are going to Austin.
I think that would be natural just because they associate him with that community. But I would tell you this, it means that there are more people that want to invest in San Antonio. It is the San Antonio and it is the Spurs. They are synonymous, and we work together. So glad to see more investment coming to San Antonio, and that includes in the Spurs franchise itself.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so now here's the one. Here's the big hitter for the day. So what do you think about Drake's new clothing line?
I don't really have a comment. I think I said all I need to say about that. Call me when it's got the silver and black.
Well, I just found I talked to a few people about this, and I'm like, what is up with this guy? I mean, how can you just overlook the Spurs? That's just crazy.
Anybody that's counting championships in professional basketball that doesn't start with the Spurs, or at least have them in their top three, probably hasn't been paying attention. So, when it's a serious deal, I'm interested, but it doesn't sound like a serious deal at this
No,
point.
of course not. No, I mean we don't. I mean, we've made it this far, and people like to make fun of the Spurs and make fun of San Antonio, but hey, I like our team this year. I've gone to one of the preseason games, and it looks like the Spurs. I mean, we don't have the signature star that we've been accustomed to for the last 20 years. We have a lot of really good players, though. And I'm really excited about this team.
The Spurs in 2021 have a very similar feel to the Spurs in 2001. It just feels like they have set some new pillars in the ground, and that we're going to be watching and cheering for this version, this new era of the Spurs for a really long time. So it's exciting to see a new era develop. They clearly have talent that's going to be stars in the league, and to be able to catch them on the ground floor is going to be something to see.
Absolutely, because I'll tell you what, if you haven't gotten tickets to see the Spurs, you make sure you do that at least once this year, because I think this team is going to surprise a lot of people.
They're going to be exciting to watch. They're going to be fast. They're going to be shooting the lights out, and everything else is icing on the cake. So I'm looking forward to watching them, Doug. go catch a game.
Absolutely. Hey, Ron, thank you so much. That's the end. We got that 15 minutes exactly. I did really good today. So appreciate your time and thank you, my friend, for continuing to support the radio station and all the things you do for our city. We have the best mayor in the country, bar none. And I mean, if you did a poll, you'd be the number one most popular guy in the county. So thanks for all that you do and thank you for your leadership.
Thanks, Doug. Have a great day.
You
Keep up
too.
the great work.
Talk to you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.
San Antonio Mayor Ron Nirenberg, you heard him. He just left here, and thank him for being here. KRV FM, the heart and soul of San Antonio. We'll be back in just a few minutes right now. A little bit of Tony Braxton.